Okay, good evening. My name is Jimmy Davies, and I'm the owner of the EveryBlack family of websites, starting with Every.Black where you can go to find and list events within the African American community. So check us out at Every.Black. Now, what we're doing each week, we're highlighting an expert in various fields with expertise. And tonight, we have Alice Fuller, the owner of Sheer Social. Now, Alice is an 8-year veteran of working with businesses, professionals, and organizations to develop results-driven social media strategies. With several years of experience developing content for television and online audiences, Alice conducts social media training and consultations through her business, Sheer Social. Originally from Raleigh, North Carolina, Alice began her career in broadcast television at St. Augustine's University, starting with the university commercial TV station, and then moved on to WNCN as a chief news editor, and then UNC TV as an associate producer and assistant director. In 2002, she moved to Los Angeles, California to work in the entertainment and earned production credits on several shows, including the popular sitcom The Parkers and the 75th Academy Awards, before becoming the associate producer of HGTV's #1 show, House Hunters, and House Hunters International. Seeing the TV and film industry began to focus on digital and web content in 2007, Alice began entertainment blogging, and soon she was hired to blog professionally for Heineken USA and other public relation firms. In 2010, Alice took advantage of the growth of social media marketing and began her own business in that field called Sheer Social. Combining her talents and experience in TV producing and social media marketing, she's generated successful online campaigns for small to medium-sized businesses, including AARP and the Hollywood Black Film Festival. Having relocated back to her hometown of Raleigh, Alice now teaches social media marketing at Wake Tech Community College, and consults in social media strategy at UNC TV. So tonight, Alice is going to explain to us Facebook Live, fan pages, and Facebook groups. So at this time, I would like to introduce and welcome Alice Fuller.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, and we've got you on live.
Wonderful. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday evening. Happy Thursday evening. So tonight we are definitely going to hit some high notes and some low notes when it comes to Facebook. If you are a marketer or a business or even just an individual and you're thinking about using social media and especially using Facebook, there are lots of things you need to take in consideration, because Facebook that you're probably used to, especially if you hopped on Facebook about, I'd say 5 or 6 years ago, and you probably hopped on Facebook more or less just to keep in contact with friends, and then you probably started a fan page. Well, 5 or 6 years ago, when we started fan pages or business pages, they're the same thing. Everyone who liked that page saw our content, almost everybody. Such is not the case anymore at all. So Facebook has really become a pay-to-play platform. And what I mean by that is, in order for you as a business to reach a targeted demographic or to reach those individuals who have liked your page, you will now have to spend either a lot of time trying to do it organically or spend a lot of money doing it through Facebook ads. So that's what I mean when I say Facebook is becoming a pay-to-play kind of platform. So, Jimmy, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I do have one. I was just going to ask, what are some of the upcoming changes you see happening in Facebook that our audience, professionals, and business people need to know about?
Well, I'd say the most recent change was that you see that the format of the fan page has changed dramatically. switching things around, as well as how you see and how you receive content within your newsfeed, especially content from businesses. Facebook, on one end, does not want anything messing up that engagement that you have with friends, because people come to Facebook more or less to be social with friends and family, not necessarily with businesses. So at this level of the game, Facebook has enabled us as regular users to kind of block, as well as really have more control over as to what comes into our newsfeed. So we as business people and as marketers, we have to get really creative and not go in for the hard sell. A lot of individuals, when they first get on Facebook, it's all about I gotta get this business lead, or I gotta make this sale, or I gotta get this web traffic to come over to my blog. But one of the first things you want to think about is not necessarily trying to go for the hard sale. What you want to do is try to establish a relationship. And that's one of the major changes over the last couple of years. The other thing too is the algorithm in and of itself has changed, in that the organic reach of our content as a business, if you have a business page or a fan page, that organic reach has been reduced uh, dramatically, so that people that have liked your fan page, majority of them are probably not seeing it. So those are two of the major changes. The third major change that you'll want to take notice of as a business is that Facebook is giving high priority to video. So if you're a business that is very visual, now is the time to really take advantage of using video. And even if you're a business that's not necessarily very visual, but you can figure out creative ways to incorporate video into what you're doing, now is the time to do so.
Yeah. Well, that leads to another question. What about Facebook Live? I think I was just saying too that when that one incident happened a few weeks ago with the girl is filming live on Facebook Live, what happened with the officer and her boyfriend. Could you just tell us more about Facebook Live and where that's going?
Well, Facebook Live is the competition. Really, it is becoming the competition for Twitter's Periscope. And if you're familiar with mobile live streaming in and of itself is not new. A couple of years back, we could live stream, but it took a camera being connected to a computer, and then broadcasting through somehow some interface or some application through the computer. So now that process has been made a lot easier, and we can literally just power up an app and hit record or hit go live, and we're literally live streaming through our mobile phones. Facebook literally wants to be able to take advantage of that desire, or that need for some people to really have that kind of engagement and have that live video experience. Because Twitter has Periscope, and Periscope has become such one of the major platforms as far as video is concerned, Facebook never wants to be left out of any conversation concerning social media. So where live streaming is concerned, Facebook wants to be able to help us, or enable us to create more engaging content. That's one. But two, they also want us to create more engaging content, so that one, we can have more content for people to share, to like, and to comment around, but also so that we as businesses can have more engaging content to put ads around. So that's pretty much, I'd say, where Facebook is going with mobile live streaming for the average individual. Now, what you will start seeing probably in September, you're going to see more and more of your traditional networks, your television networks, your NBCs, your CBSs, your ABCs, they're going to start using Facebook Live to stream more traditional TV content, like E News is literally doing a show right now every week through Facebook Live. And in the fall, they'll be doing four more shows, all of which are created just to be streamed through Facebook Live. So that's what you can look forward to in the weeks actually to come, not in the months or years to come.
Well, I didn't know that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and one other thing I want to be sure to ask, you touched on fan pages earlier a little bit, but could you go into more detail about fan pages versus Facebook groups and what might be best for a particular business or professional to use um, for their business or for their career?
Mm-hmm. Well, there are certain advantages to fan pages, certain advantages to groups. On one level, because the organic reach of fan pages have been basically reduced so drastically, many businesses are thinking there might be a workaround, and that workaround may be, instead of having a fan page, having a group. Now, the advantage to one or the other is this: where in fan pages, usually you post your content and it is you or a business entity kind of just sending messages out to your audience, almost like it's a one-to-many type kind of model, kind of like traditional television, traditional radio. And yes, people can comment, and yes, people can post on your page if you allow that to happen. But again, because people come to Facebook to be social, not with businesses per se, but they come to Facebook to be social with friends and relatives and co-workers. Facebook groups provide a great opportunity for better engagement, because at this point, Facebook is not lessening. The algorithm doesn't really impact Facebook groups like it does content coming from a fan page. So the group has a great opportunity, group admin has a great opportunity to really reach those people who are within the group. A fan page, as a fan page admin, you can put it on the fan page, and at this point, if you're not paying for a page post ad, or you're not paying for some sort of boost in reach, you're not really sure whether your audience is actually going to see it. In a Facebook group, you're pretty certain that at some point, more of your people or more of your audience that happens to be in the group will actually see it. And not only will they see it, they will probably engage with it. So that's one of the major advantages over a Facebook group versus a fan page, and why Facebook groups right now are beginning to look a little bit more useful to some people, especially in some businesses, than a fan page. Hello?
Oh, the computer was up for a second there, and I couldn't make out what you said at the very end. That's all. Um, but actually, I was on Facebook fan pages, and one thing I realized is there's a fan page for almost anything you can think of.
Yes.
And I think I did a search and pulled up like literally hundreds on Black economics, that type of thing. So, well, one other thing I just want to ask you too, with your business, how do you help people with what you do? What exactly are the services that you offer?
I'm a strategist. I find that more and more people, especially now, that they realize social media is not going to go away. It is not a fad. It is not merely a trend that's going to come and go. Especially as business professionals, I help them develop the strategy. The reality of it is you don't need to be on every social media platform. You really don't. You need to be where your audience is engaging. You need to be where your audience is spending that kind of time. You need to be where your audience is talking about the issues or the problems they have that you may have the solution to. So And creating a strategy for a business or an individual, it comes down to figuring out who's your target market, where are they hanging out online, what kinds of content can you use to engage with that audience. And it's not one of those, this is a quick money strategy. It's not that kind of party at all. It's more of how can we develop a relationship with this audience so that they will trust you to do business with you. And you do that through content, you do that through engagement. And we have to figure out a way to measure it. How are we going to measure this progress that we're trying to create? Are we trying to do web traffic? Are we trying to get foot traffic? Are we just trying to get more likes or more shares? And how do we measure that? That's where I come in as a strategist.
Do you recommend Facebook using or purchasing Facebook ads? I know there's a
In
lot
many
of
cases, yes, because especially if you were starting a fan page very new, just fresh out the box, and you need to get that fan page up, but not only up with content and current information. That's not even half the battle. You still have to get people away from doing something else to come over to your fan page to pay attention to what you have. And one of the quickest ways to do that is definitely through Facebook ads, so that you can literally target a segment of people who are most likely to be interested in what you have to say, who are also more likely to click or whatever call to action that you're putting in that ad. One of the biggest reasons businesses, as much as we complain about Facebook in many instances, one of the main reasons we don't leave is because of the data that's there. If you want to reach a targeted segment of your business, I guarantee you, Facebook can help you do that because it has one of the most robust ad targeting systems of any of the platforms. So yeah, at this level of the game, it is now time to start thinking about, when you first think about doing a fan page or doing social media, having a budget so that you can do ads. You may not need thousands and thousands of dollars to start, but you do need to start thinking about how much money would I be willing to spend to get in front of a targeted audience.
We did have one person submitted a question. It just says, hello, Alice. Excuse me. Could you explain a fan page versus a Facebook page?
A fan page is a Facebook page. A fan page, a business page, they are the same thing. The two words are synonymous. Now, a fan page and a profile are not the same thing. A personal profile is meant to be a personal profile. Although in many cases, you can do a little business through your personal profile, but when you get to the point where your posts are becoming more about your business, and you're trying to lead people to buy something, and you're trying to get people to say you had a discount or a coupon or come to an event, when most of your posts are beginning to lead people to do something like that, then you are you're kind of close to being against the terms of service. If you're going to do that kind of business on Facebook, then you want to create either a group or you want to create a business page, aka a fan page.
Well, our time is about up. The only thing I was going to ask you is, was there anything else that you wanted to add about Facebook? And then the other thing is, I know you've got a show of your own. I'd like, maybe tell people about that and how to reach you.
Okay. Well, I would say right now, the future of things where social media is concerned, think mobile. The reality of it is people are on their mobile phones, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on Instagram. They are consuming that content a good 90% of the time on their mobile phones, not their desktop. So keep that in mind. And secondly, figure out how you can integrate video. Video is definitely not just the future of social media, it is indeed the present. And the third thing is if you're going to do live video, now is an ideal time to go ahead and dip your toe into that arena. And I do a show called The Social Media Scene every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time and 9 a.m. on the West Coast. And we call it the social media scene because it is where social media, television, and film meet. And so we not only talk about social media news, but we also talk about trends, and we give business tips and basically trying to keep people abreast of what's happening in social media. And my host is a woman by the name of Shitachi Egwood. And every Friday, we're on the Share Social fan page, so you don't have to go far at all. And we talk for maybe about 45 minutes to an hour. And we would love for everybody just to come over and ask some questions, just like here, ask us questions and engage with us there. Hello?
Okay, well, thank you. Like I said, what was happening was that my computer was freezing up every now and then at the very end.
Okay.
But I found that even when if it freezes up live, the video, the replay is always worked out just great.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up there and just say thank you for being our guest tonight and sharing your a lot of good information with us. The other thing I just want to let everyone know is that next week I have Dorian Carter. He's a commercial realtor. Will be on, and then the following week we have Dr. Bobby Banks, who's going to be on same time every Thursday at 8 p.m. So again, I just want to say thank you.
I
I'm just. I
see that Audrey has another question. Our time is up here, but Audrey, if you want to come over to my fan page, which is the Share Social fan page, I can respond to your question there. That's facebook.com Share Social, SHEER And you can reach me on Twitter. You can reach me Periscope. I'm pretty much Share Social on most of all your social media platforms. So you can go to my fan page and ask that same question. I can answer it better there.
Okay.
Oh, and thank you, Jimmy, for the opportunity.
Sure. Thank you, Alice. Thanks again. So anyway, we'll be posting. I'll give you the permanent links and everything tomorrow and get your copy for your own use. And thanks again.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Good night.